Come from? What nationality are they? Hungarian?
At U.S. Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire...
Hello and good evening. Welcome to Citizens Business Bank Arena for tonight's Major Arena Soccer League game between the Ontario Fury and their Pacific Division rivals, the San Diego Sockers. Tonight's game features the annual Teddy Bear Toss, where fans are encouraged to throw stuffed animals onto the field following the Fury's first goal of the game. Well, Jose, we are in for a treat tonight here in Ontario. The undefeated first place of the Pacific Division San Diego Sockers are here to visit the 500 second place in the Pacific Division Ontario Fury. The Fury hungry for a win. What can we expect here tonight?
Yeah, like you said, it's going to be a great Pacific Division matchup between the Fury and the Sockers here. And they should definitely be with a chip on their shoulder after that game down in San Diego that where they scoreless for the first time in their history. So out of the Fury, you can expect a lot more from their players, key players that are returning like Leo de Oliveira. So more from them, more from the key veterans that we have on the field, and it should be a great matchup between the Sockers, and hopefully the Fury are able to hand them their first defeat of the season.
Yeah, overall, the San Diego Sockers at 13-1, the overall record here against the Ontario Fury. The Fury just earned their first win down in San Diego at Valley View Casino Center a season ago. And then, of course, last season here at CBBA, the three-game thriller here from Ontario. Not the outcome that they wanted, but more to that later on after the national anthem here from Ontario.
Right.
Great rendition of the national anthem sung by Ruby. Jose, some things to touch on very quickly. We just got word that Alex Caceres has joined the team back. Since last season, he joined El Paso after the end of last season, was released not too long ago. Here he is back in Ontario. Caceres, one of the veterans of the MASL, a defender, a key defender that can hopefully propel this back line into some consistency that'll start here tonight defensively. Yeah,
it's a great add-up to get Caceres back, and you know, it's as great of the season the Fury has had so far. They've also been hurt through the injury bug, right? So it's good to have a player of his caliber, like I said, a veteran of the MASL, joining Jimmy Nordberg's side, and we should see what he will be able to provide tonight. You know, we've seen a lot more from Adrian Nunez since a couple of players have been down. So a couple of players that have to step up, but it's going to be a great one. I know that the intensity is going to be up high since last game, since last playoffs even. So it's going to be a great one here between Ontario and San Diego.
So a couple healthy scratches on tonight's roster for your Ontario Fury. Marcus Jordan, Arturo Alanis, Willie Raygoza, Tino Nunez, and Douglas Lima. Your Fury head coach, Jimmy Nordberg, in his first season. Assistant coach, Styles Peterson. Goalkeepers coach, Gustavo Zampieri. Strength and conditioning, Matt Holguin. Head trainer, Shelby Daly. Team doctor, Dr. Patel. And team president and GM, Bernie Lillival. On the flip side, the undefeated San Diego Sockers, led by, of course, that familiar name of Craig Childs. He does lead the team in points, game-winning goals, and goals in the last 9 games. This guy can do it all. He's their leading goal scorer in franchise history for a reason. And then you have pretty much the unstoppable duo of Boris Pardo, and Chris Toth. Tonight, Chris Toth gets a start for the San Diego Sockers. A tough challenge for the Ontario Fury. The #1 goalkeeper, if there's a 1 and 1A, if you will. Goals against average, led in the league by Chris Toth at 2.8. Save percentage, led in the league by their other goalie, Boris Pardo, at 80%. Last time these two teams matched up, San Diego did have 4 power play goals. So special teams has to be on point, and as well as the power play for Ontario, as well as the kill. So Ontario, one of the top 3 teams in power play efficiency, just over 50%. And here we go from Ontario as your Fury working from left to right here in the opening quarter from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Donning the mostly black kits, gray stripes, red trim for the Ontario Fury. And the visitors from San Diego, mostly white with baby blue trim, working from right to left here in the opening quarter at Citizens Business Bank Arena. The aforementioned Adrian Perez on the pitch to start tonight's game. Some guy you want to look for aside from Leonardo de Oliveira, who's back on the pitch tonight. Charlie Gonzalez, boy, what a game he had last home game here against Tacoma. Although the outcome wasn't what Ontario wanted, Charlie Gonzalez making a name for best player on the team, really. Yeah, definitely. When that goal he scored, the back heel in the last game, probably got himself in the running for the goal of the year for the Fury. And like you said, keep an eye out for Leonardo de Oliveira. It's great to have him back. His presence on the field, and we'll see here. De Oliveira lets loose, and that's deflected off a San Diego defender. And a quick restart here for Ontario right outside the yellow line. That's deflected before it gets in the vicinity of Toth. And they're clear of the zone. It's interesting the way the soccer started it. The quarter, I should say, giving the ball right to the Fury and holding and waiting for them in the back. Let's see if this pays off for the Sockers. Something you want to look for after the end of the first couple quarters here. And obviously at the end of the final quarter, but San Diego has yet to trail at the end of any quarter this season. So even if they get on the board at 1-0 here in the first quarter, that's a positive thing that head coach Jimmy Nordberg and the team can look and build on throughout tonight's contest. It's great to see the pressure by the Fury right away from Chico Cordero. Ray is pinching in a little too much and easy right around the boards off of Serta. And now Oliveira will play it into the box, and momentarily a dangerous ball. In the end, it's a shot right off the glass. And it is Oliveira who gets it off the knee just a few minutes into tonight's contest, and it's 1-0 San Diego. It's a very unfortunate bout of year for the Fury, but if you're the Soccer, it's exactly the way you drew it up.
Some of the players for the Fury just sort of standing there as the play was developing. Didn't cover a spot, got a shot off, deflection in, 1-0 Sockers.
Oliveira, a man who's known out here in Ontario, California, was formerly played on the Ontario Fury a couple seasons ago. What a free agent signing that was for the Sockers. As he finds the back of the net for the 9th time this season, 15 points total so far, 10 games into their campaign. Charlie Gonzalez now trying to spark something offensively. Charlie Gonzalez, Perez, De Oliveira, and Gonzalez and Cisse on the pitch. So the first line, first team, if you will, as there's a foul from behind.
Cisse needs to get rid of that quicker.
Cisse was tripped up there from Medina. And a restart coming right down the middle of the pitch. Gonzalez standing over the ball for Ontario to restart. Juan Gonzalez, the defender for Ontario. His twin brother, Felipe Gonzalez, on the opposing team tonight for the Sockers. As De Oliveira now with a left-footed shot attempt that's steered wide. Perez pinching in offensively on the attack for Ontario. Looking for some support. Move. Defends 1 and 2, and now tripped up momentarily. Could have gone either way, in my opinion, but nonetheless, beneficiary Perez on that call. As your referees tonight, the crew chief, Kia DePana, referee Arnold Baldo, assistant referee Vince DiNardo, fourth official Cameron Blanchard, and the penalty box official Lauren Barnett. De Oliveira now on the restart. And Gonzalez steered that wide, and the save of the game so far off the fingertips of Toth. The score remains 1-0. De Oliveira now spinning away from one defender, takes it right down the middle of the pitch, and that's tangled up for a split second. The actual foul that should have been called was played on from the referee. Kim now on the pitch for the first time tonight. And Gonzalez will reset for Ontario. 11:35 remaining here in the opening quarter from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Your captain, Cisse, lets loose, and that's up and over the goal. Toth a little upset with his defenders. Cisse given a lot of real estate in a shooting lane there. Unfortunately, just a little too much power, lean back a little too much, up and out of bounds. A restart coming for San Diego.
You got to like the way the Fury responded after conceding that early goal. Here we go, the Fury again. Again, the pressure.
Maicon de Abreu, let's see if he can capitalize on the turnover from Toth. Right across the pitch, Andy Reyes. A toe save in the end after a bounce off the boards from Toth. And here come the Sockers along the near side boards. And now to the far side as Ruiz works, and he's tripped up. 11:07 remaining here in the opening quarter.
Two great saves by Toth, and the first one, he just made himself look bigger. That's exactly what a goalkeeper should do, extending his body, risking everything to stop that goal off his chest, and it's able to keep the Fury off the score sheet tonight.
Not too many off-season changes for the visitors, as we did have Contreras, who was acquired from Sonora in the off-season. And you look at this roster as well for San Diego.
Great move.
You're looking at the great core that head coach Phil Salvaggio has to work with. In guys like Craig Childs, in guys like Chris Toth, Brian Farber, who's a healthy scratch tonight. Guys like him who are part of this team, part of this core for San Diego. And you see why they're undefeated right now. Matt Clare also one of those key components to this team as well. So John Sosa was the free agent signing for the Sockers this past offseason. But you look, my point is here, Jose, you look at this team, you look at head coach Phil Salvaggio, and I believe in his 9th year with the club. You look at consistency for San Diego. They're always right at that top of the Pacific Division. Ontario trying to mirror that here in their 5th season out of the Inland Empire. Head coach Jimmy Nordberg in his first season, led by team president and GM Bernie Lillevoix. And San Diego now on the far side boards, 9.5 remaining here in the opening quarter. A 1-0 lead for the visiting San Diego Sockers. Sockers a little too comfortable in this building.
Yeah.
Aside from the playoff game last year, with the mini third game that occurred here, just one loss, 13 wins for San Diego here in Ontario. There's a right cross midfield, a little bit of a zone defense here shown from Ontario. Along the near side, San Diego works. That is Sosa, now Escoto, defended by Perez, and Maicon de Abreu, steered off the foot of Gonzalez. San Diego maintaining possession here. Leo will settle that ball down, steer to the near side with Perez.
It's great patience by Leo just to touch that ball and get things going for the Fury offensively. Exactly what they were missing, and good thing they have him back.
Andy race along the far side boards. Defended and toe poked away defensively for San Diego. It was Sosa and Escoto defensively, and now they'll work with Toth. Off the head of Gonzalez, they'll settle things down here, and now race along the near side. San Diego does have a pretty difficult stretch here heading into the weekend. An away and home matchup with Ontario. And of course, Ontario with the home and away first. Toe save there from Toth. Debre recollect. But a home and away visiting San Diego, and then right back here against Sonora, Charlie Gonzalez's left foot is just curled wide of the upper 90 there. San Diego will settle in their defensive half. Ontario will visit San Diego. They'll head back here for a contest against Sonora next Friday. Foul call there along the far side boards. Tangled up there was Medina. And it looks like Thiago Concalves. He's slow to get up. Concalves recovering from an injured toe not too long ago. Nice to see him back on the pitch.
Essential in the defense, Concalves, like we mentioned, what he provides defensively, like the pressure on players and just clearing the ball, but also offensively, as he's an offensive player. He's proven a couple of times. As earlier in the year, got player of the game with a couple of goals he's had against the Turlock. So hopefully he could provide that once again here. And if you're the Fury, it's one goal down, but don't get discouraged as they've been applying good pressure after that goal.
7:20 remaining here in the opening quarter from Ontario. De Oliveira now along the far side boards. He'll go against three defenders and laid off to the near side to Kim. Kim dispossessed there along the near side boards. Concalves settles the ball down. Now to your captain, Izzy Cisse. Jiho Lee has yet to step onto the pitch. Overlapping run and an easy finish for Adrian Perez. We're all tied at 1 from Ontario.
It's all about the ball put through by Leonardo de Oliveira. Like we've been saying, exactly what the Fury have been missing these couple games, and they got that here. What a ball put through to Adrian Perez. And Adrian Perez in the last couple games has been on fire and puts it here. Beautiful chip over the keeper. They finally be able to beat Chris Toth this season. It's 1-1 Fury and Sockers.
They're already looking better than that contest down in San Diego a handful of weeks ago. An 8-0 loss. And we're all tied at 1 here with 6:55 remaining in the opening quarter. The Ontario Fury would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. The MASL and Miter share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Miter's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for the MASL League play. Miter's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. You're watching Ontario Fury Soccer on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. The other game that's on MASL TV tonight, Cedar Rapids and Milwaukee. That game already underway. They're all tied up at 3 apiece. As we look over the standings too, Jose, there were a handful of teams not too long ago that were undefeated in the MASL. San Diego obviously being one of them. Then we also had Milwaukee and also Monterey. Monterey and San Diego remain undefeated at 10-0 and 12-0. Milwaukee now with back-to-back losses. They still sit atop that Central Division at 12-2. As officially, that goal goes to Adrian Perez, and Leonardo de Oliveira gets his 13th assist on the season. The ball rolls all the way into the hands of rookie goalkeeper Miranda. As these local talent products for Ontario, you look at Miranda, you look at Perez, you look at Reyes, you look at Gonzalez. A lot of local talent here from the local colleges, LMU, Cal State San Bernardino as well. Gonzalez along the near side and steers it inside the box. That's easily defended for San Diego. Oliveira shoved off the ball there. And a foul call on Gino Kim. 6:05 remaining here in the first quarter from Ontario. So glad you can join us right here on MASL.TV. My name is Brian Tabajay alongside Jose Duran here, anticipating not only a great matchup, but these two teams just mentally are they exhaust each other, to say the least. And last year's playoff matchup between the two teams was indicative of that.
Yeah, that's what two great teams do every game they play when they play each other, is just bring out the best of each player out there. And that's exactly what the Fury has. And the Sockers know, the Fury, once they face the Fury, it's definitely a challenge, and it's one that the Fury are not going to step down from. But going back on what you mentioned on the local talent, it's great to have local talent mesh with talent like Chico Cordiero and Diego Concalves, who are not local talent, but that mesh and combination definitely is working for Coach Jimmy Nordberg.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they really develop, and I say further along in the season. We're more than halfway through, but that mix of the young talent and the veterans on the team, you look at Cisse and Murray, Nunez, and now the injection of all the young talent. It'll be interesting to see not only this season, next season as well, as this Pacific Division continues to be one of the tops in all the MASL. Not only San Diego and Ontario, also Tacoma. And Tacoma is adding to their arsenal. Not only do they have Nick Pereira, who spent a season here in Ontario last season, they just acquired Taylor Bond from the Cedar Rapids Rampage, and Bond had 10 goals and 6 assists in 12 games for the Rampage this season. Excuse me, the Rapids this season. He did score 40 goals in the previous season with Chicago. Bond, one of those Team USA players as well. So another weapon for Pereira to utilize there. Gonzalez settles it down, and Toth makes it look easy. And then De Abreu along the near side gets that rebound, shoots it up and over the net. 4:10 remaining here in the opening quarter from Ontario. We're all tied up in 1. And San Diego working along the near side. That is Riza. Defended there from Perez.
Great pressure once again for the Fury, not letting the Sockers get anything going offensively in terms of setting up any plays. So great for the Fury. Something that we didn't see definitely last game at home against the Tacoma Stars, where they weren't as quick on their feet and applying the pressure that we see now.
I think they waited a little too long to kind of react. Before you knew it, it was 3-0 in the opening quarter, and then they started picking up the pace. Cisse now, sliding defensive block there from Claire. Claire just a tall player for the Sockers, using his length, just 6'1" for Claire, as Toth inhales that shot off the foot of Gonzalez into his mitts. And ahead they run along the far side, a little tangle up with Perez. But play on, we are here with Ruiz and Perez. A little tangle up there, no foul call. 2:55 now remaining here in the opening quarter. De Oliveira again off the ball. Spins off one
Great
defender,
turn.
goes 1v1. Left-footed shot, and Toth in perfect position to steer that to the far side. They're getting quality looks against Toth. Not like last game, Jose, if you remember.
Yeah.
Man, those shooting lanes against Tacoma were just so congested. A little bit more room that they're creating for themselves here in the opening quarter. Let's see if that continues as a trend as this game develops here. If they continue to get these quality looks, Toth will have his hands full for tonight. Last game against this Sockers club, under 20 shots did Ontario have, so it'll be interesting to see how many they have at the end of this quarter and at the end of the half as well. Definitely putting the ball on frame so far tonight here with 2 minutes remaining here in the opening quarter. Chico Francisco along the far side. And now Kim. The youngster out of Brazil, De Abreu, loses the ball momentarily. They'll have to backtrack for Ontario. And Tovar now tried to get it to Oliveira. Right into the bucket hands of your goalkeeper, Miranda. A look up field. Francisco tried to flick that ball on and miscued. Now San Diego pressing, and Cisse will steer it along the far side boards and recollect. Shoved off of that ball, and San Diego earns the ball back momentarily. And now Miranda lost it to Gonzalez. He had Oliveira right inside that box. No one around him, and Gonzalez did not see him standing there waiting for the ball. Thankfully, played right to Miranda.
Yeah, the Fury need to be.
Perez nearly just inches away from steering that around Toth. But Toth playing well, and that was a risky ball to play off of Medina. And now a defensive clearance for San Diego. So 45.8. And the first set piece play for Ontario as the quarter winds down here. Charlie Gonzalez, your Fury player, to stand over the ball. De Oliveira to the far side. Perez to the near side. Cisse and Concalves also on the pitch for Ontario. Three-man wall the Sockers are showing. 45.8. And Gonzalez will utilize the first timeout of tonight's game. So far, one goal apiece, and interesting to see what happens here as 45.8 seconds left. Last game here in Ontario, there were a handful of set-piece goals, both for Tacoma and Ontario. Let's see if head coach Jimmy Nordberg can draw something up here for the boys as they try and take the lead for the first time tonight.
And important for the Fury here, for exactly why they took a timeout. They know how important this game is. They know how important to take a lead. And that stat that you mentioned, Sockers have never gone into another quarter when down in the deficit. So this is something that the Fury are paying attention. But like you mentioned, I think a player that's definitely changing everything. Above a couple of shots on goal from him, Leonardo de Oliveira, the assist he gave on that play. So he's definitely a player to watch. And if you don't have Tino Nunez on the field, he's the best player to play against the back, against the goal. In order, when the ball comes to his feet, he has options to the left, to his right, and he could even turn around and create an option for himself. So something the Fury have the luxury on having tonight, and hopefully they're able to exploit that.
All major Arena Soccer League games can be found on your smartphone using the MASL app, available through Google Play or the Apple App Store. The MASL app has links to all the live broadcasts from around the league and archived games as well. The next home game, Friday the 26th, against the Souls de Sonora Club at 7 o'clock. The Fury will don special jerseys that will be auctioned off after the game to benefit the housing mission of National Community Corps Renaissance. So 45.8 seconds here. Charlie Gonzalez, the Ontario Fury player, to start the set piece play. He'll lay it out to Perez. Left-footed shot attempt. Finds the back of the net. His second goal already tonight. And they lead 2-1.
Yep, exactly like Coach Nordberg drew it up, and exactly why we mentioned we take a timeout in these precise moments. You talk it over, you draw something up, and for your coach Jimmy Nordberg, it's exactly how you draw it up in the chalkboard. It's 2-1 Fury, and for Adrian Perez, his second goal of the night, and might just break that stat we were talking about in terms of the soccer not trailing a quarter.
Ontario Fury Soccer driven by Mark Christopher Chevrolet as you watch on the big screen replay, Casa Colina instant replay. 40 seconds now remain and a 2-1 lead for your home team, Ontario Fury. A crazy bounce off of that carom after it hit right next to the goal. 28 seconds now remaining, and Gino Kim strips the ball away from Contreras. And out to the near side is Gonzalez.
Great steal.
Taken away again there from San Diego. Claire works a little 1-2 with Escoto. Along the near side, Claire utilizes those boards. Chico Francisco, Gino Kim will clear the zone in 5 seconds now. 4, 3. Toth will let loose. Well wide of the goal, and it's a 2-1 Ontario Fury lead at the end of one quarter. Goal scorers, Adrian Perez has a pair. Assists go to Leonardo de Oliveira and Juan Carlos Charlie Gonzalez. Gonzalez gets his 16th assist, 5th assist on the season. De Oliveira gets his 13th assist on the season, and Perez hits that double-digit mark with goals. He has 11 now for the Ontario Fury.
Yeah, 2-1 lead for the Fury at end of the first quarter. You know, like last home game with Tacoma Stars, like you said, they were not able to get themselves set until a couple of minutes into that quarter. But when you go down 3-0 in any soccer game, it's going to be definitely for you to go ahead and get into any type of rhythm. But luckily for the Fury, they were able to get 2 goals here on top of the Sockers. Interesting way the Sockers were playing, a lot more defensively and looking for the counterattack. We'll see if they come back in the second quarter looking more offensively than defensively.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to head coach Jimmy Nordberg before the game, Jose, and he mentioned one of two things. He said, one, mentally, the Sockers have in a nutshell, have had the advantage over the Ontario Fury.
Right.
And that's evident. And two, why can't we establish some sort of presence against this team, not only mentally but obviously on the scoreboard as well. That'll snap the streak of 40 quarters consecutive, taking the lead for San Diego. Ontario with that 2-1 lead. Something to look forward to. We touched it on pregame, and this may or may not come to fruition here. Win one quarter. Let's see how the other 3 play out as Jimmy Nordberg and his team looking in good shape. And you touched on something really, really good there just a second ago, Jose. They really didn't take anything from San Diego. They continue to press forward. They got their opportunities. They got quality shot attempts. They maintained possession when they needed to. And San Diego didn't press too much.
Right.
We didn't see too much of Craig Childs on the pitch. Claire didn't have too many opportunities for them as well. Obviously, those are 2 of the players that you, in a sense, would like to hold down. And then obviously Toth making a couple quality saves as well, keeping the score at 2-1. The second quarter here just seconds away. You're watching Ontario Fury Soccer on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.tv. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you are following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. Also, you can follow the Ontario Fury all over social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at Ontario Fury. So De Oliveira, man, he looks pretty comfortable so far, Jose.
Yeah.
Coming off an injury, had very limited time against that game against Turlock. And, I mean, let's talk about this game against Turlock just a few days ago.
The fourth quarter.
After, you know, a game last Thursday, early ride the next day up to Turlock, a 7-6 overtime win for Ontario in that game. They were leading 5-1 in the fourth quarter. Head coach Jimmy Nordberg mentioned that they have to step out of this comfort zone, even when leading, and sort of put their foot on the chest of their opponent and really finish off the game strong. They escaped there with a win in Turlock.
And those kind of wins, you know, even though that they did let go of a big lead, they humble you. They humble you and they make you realize that no game is going to come easy to you here in IMASL, and definitely no one's going to give you anything once you go play into the arena.
D'Oliveira now pressing along with Cisse along the near side boards. Defended well from Gonzalez. Now to the far side, that's almost deflected. Shot came from Concalves. Deflection from Charlie Gonzalez. Just missed that upper 90 along the far side. Just underway here in the second quarter. So glad you can join us for some Thursday night MASL.TV action here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. Deep ball sent in from Miranda as Reyes possesses the ball for Ontario. Gonzalez
so comfortable out there.
Switch the field to De Abreu, and Toth makes an easy save there. 4-3 Rampage lead. The other game on tilt tonight here on MASL.TV. Milwaukee trying to avoid their third loss of the season after starting 10-0. As Miranda comes off his back line. Best save of the game so far for him. Along the far side, San Diego works. That is Sosa and now Childs. Do not see too much threat from Childs in the first quarter. Let's see if that changes here in the second.
He's definitely getting more involved. Just looking at him off the ball, definitely more movement, and he's asking for it, as we see right here.
The youngster De Abreu gets a tough task of defending the all-time leading Sockers goal scorer, as Claire will reset along the near side after a foul on Ontario. To the far side they work. 12:45 remaining here in the first half from Ontario. Perez with a pair of goals tonight for Ontario. D'Oliveira and Charlie Gonzalez with the assists for the Fury. And the goal scorer for Ontario, Perez, tangled up there along the near side with Ruiz. Ruiz slow to get up, but he seems to be okay. Maybe just a little wind knocked out of him. Want to remind you fans, next home game against the Souls de Sonora is going to be a jersey auction night to benefit the housing mission of National Community Corps Renaissance. Steered wide from Ontario after that shot attempt from San Diego.
Unfortunately for the Fury, there was no one in the middle for that pass to be put away, but they have to be careful once again on those set pieces not to get off their toes, and they get the ball back here.
And now Francisco along the near side will work with Perez. Not the touch that he needed there is Perez. De Abreu wins the ball back. Nope. Foul call there as Perez tries to squeak that one past the hands of Toth. Referees say play on both ends. Under 12 minutes now remaining here in the second quarter from Ontario. De Abreu now utilizing his speed. Well, pressure for Ontario, but hops off the pitch for a change. Toe save there from the rookie goalkeeper Miranda. Cisse flies onto the pitch and maintains possession for Ontario, and a little shielding defending there. Could have been called for a foul as Gonzalez, and D'Oliveira tries to thread the needle, and now it's Cisse who gets the goal for Ontario, and it's a 3-1 Ontario Fury lead.
You know, Cisse is like that kid playing in the playground, the one that gets in trouble and running around, and nobody knows where he's at, nobody knows where he's at, but the parent finally finds him. But here the ball finally finds Cisse as he was finally able to get that in the back of the net. Weird play off the Fury, but if you take it, it's 3-1 Fury, and if you're the Fury, you got to be happy with what you get.
I believe that was assisted from Gino Kim, and after watching the Casa Colina instant replay on the big board, it definitely was. So give the assist to Kim, his 7th of the season, and give the goal to your captain, Israel Cisse, his 7th of the season for Ontario. 11:05 remaining here in the second quarter. 3-1, Ontario leads over San Diego. Toth now possessing for the Sockers. Oliveira will switch the field for San Diego. Pressing still is Maicon De Abreu. And now Gino Kim, and tripped up there at the last second. If there's no foul call there, Chico Francisco has an avenue of a lane to take it one-on-one against Toth. Nonetheless, a foul call there and a restart coming for San Diego.
Fortunately for the Fury in the previous play, when they did Cisse get the goal, there was a foul that wasn't called, and watch out here, there's a player on the ground.
I did not see what happened to Andy Reyes.
He has a card in his hand, though.
Miranda pleading a case here, and head athletic trainer Shelby Daly onto the pitch to tend to Andy Reyes, who was shaken up. Said I didn't see exactly who he tangled up with.
Not the ball, definitely elbow to the face, what it looks like. But if the referee definitely saw it, he was close by and didn't hesitate to call that.
Reyes being helped up now from Shelby Daly.
And if there's one team this benefits too, I think it's definitely the Fury. I mean, they're definitely a team that they're comfortable with the lead. Not so much in the previous game where they had a lead evaporate. But when they're up here, and definitely against a team that didn't score at all in the previous match against, 3 goals here, it's something the Fury are definitely happy about tonight.
And this is the first time, believe it or not, I mean, they're undefeated for a reason, but believe it or not, this is the first time San Diego has trailed by 2 goals this entire season. So not only leading at the end of one quarter for Ontario, but also building that 2-goal cushion.
The Fury have just looked comfortable on the pitch tonight compared to the previous couple games, but definitely feel comfortable on the pitch. It's 3-1, the 2-goal advantage. You said it. The Sockers haven't trailed by 2 goals this season, and it's kudos to Jimmy Norberg. It's kudos to his players, and definitely the veterans on here tonight.
So Ontario looking to capitalize here, 50% exactly on the power play. San Diego, though, second best in the entire MASL, 85% on the penalty kill. So a 2-minute minor for elbowing and a game misconduct as well for San Diego. On the power play, it is De Abreu de Oliveira, Charlie Gonzalez Perez, and Gonzalez on the pitch. As San Diego looks to clear the zone.
Watch the counter.
Penalty kill developing here for the Sockers. De Oliveira steers it off the boards and misplays that ball. A shorthanded goal for San Diego. The beneficiary is Ruiz, and it's a 3-2 game here from Citizens Business Bank Arena.
Yeah, something definitely that De Oliveira is going to be thinking about all night tonight, and probably even in his dreams. You know, they tell you in soccer, never kick the ball back into the middle, or never clear it into the middle, rather, and you can see exactly why. He puts the ball back in the middle. It's 3-2 now, 1-goal lead for the Fury.
And De Oliveira, I saw him signaling to his teammates already, saying, my bad, and he knows it, and the team knows it. Hey, brush off that goal. You still got 1:28 remaining on the power play here in this quarter. 10:07 remains in the half. The same 5 stay on the pitch for the power play. Perez steers it to the middle and just defended there very smartly in the end from San Diego, as Gonzalez called for somewhat of a ticky-tack foul, if you want to call it that. Serta, the man tied up with Gonzalez.
Yeah, and Serta upset that they didn't let him play on, and I'm definitely agree with him there. He had the clear path towards an offensive play, and they stopped it for him, thankfully for the Fury.
Nice win there from Gonzalez on that header to De Abreu. 1:05 remaining here on the power play for Ontario. To the far side they work. That ball stays in bounds and finally off the glass and into the hands of Toth.
And so far, the extra player, definitely you cannot tell that it's out there for the Fury, and it's something that they're not accustomed with the man up.
Well, something that Nordberg touched on, head coach Jimmy Nordberg touched on, is trying to stop that counter of San Diego. They do so well. And unfortunately for Ontario, a shorthanded goal for the San Diego Sockers right back into this contest tonight. 30 seconds remain on the power play for Ontario. Trying to get a quality shot attempt that's deflected. De Oliveira a little frustrated still on this power play. Plenty of time left here in the first half to work something here. 15 seconds remain on the power play for Ontario. Fakes a right-footed shot, lets loose on the left. That's defended well from San Diego. Chips out of harm's way. Oliveira will send it down to the defensive half of Ontario. Up and out of bounds. Power play is over, and it's a 3-2 lead for Ontario. San Diego working their attacking half, and they'll settle things down here with 8.5 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Yeah, you saw a couple of shots from De Oliveira, just very forceful, and he needs to just let the last play go, and then which the Sockers conceded, and let that play just draw him and continue focusing on his game. Those shots seem a little bit premature, and definitely something that Leonardo De Oliveira is not half as accustomed to.
4 of the 5 have still been on the pitch the last 2.5 minutes or so. That power play unit, most of them are still on the pitch, and finally, as I say that, they finally get some fresh bodies on. Now we have Kim, Reyes, Cisse, Concalves, and Francisco. Chico Francisco along the near side, and now steered to Andy Reyes, and one touch too much. Concalves will settle down and let loose. And that's off the fingertips of Toth.
That's what Thiago provides, like we said, the defense, but also the offensive plays. And that shot was on goal, but a great save by Toth.
And here we go along the far side. Oliveira working against Kim and Reyes. Cisse now your captain for Ontario. And now they'll switch the field to Kim. Gonzalez, the Sockers goal scorer. Oh. That was Charlie Gonzalez on that last touch.
Charlie just came in from the bench there and just sneaky way to make that run. They were able to find him, but unfortunately for it, he gets two under it, lifts the ball up, and it goes out of play.
Timeout now on the field. As the Ontario Fury would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. The MASL and Miter share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Miter's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for the MASL League play. Miter's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. You're watching Ontario Fury Soccer on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. The other game on tilt tonight in the MASL, it was all tied up not too long ago. And now a 5-3 final. The Rampage over the Milwaukee Wave 5-3. So Milwaukee with their third loss on the season, still leading that division as well. But their third loss on the season, they were undefeated just last week. San Diego and Monterey remain undefeated so far for the leaders of the MASL. Here we go on the restart with 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. Perez along the far side. He'll steer it to Charlie Gonzalez, who I believe had a hat trick and 4 assists last game here against Tacoma. So in his third season, really developing into something special here for the Ontario Fury. Odd bounce, but the ball remains in, and Ontario will maintain possession here with Miranda. To the near side it works. It is Gonzalez settling the ball down for Ontario. De Oliveira finds Gonzalez along the far side. And now De Abreu tried to get it to Reyes, and that's broken up. Now San Diego on the break if they hurry. 2v2 along the far side. Miranda's going to want that one back as the game is tied up. Not the quality shot attempt that San Diego had right there. Nonetheless, into the back of the net. And it's Medina found the near side post there. Miranda's got to be a little frustrated, Jose, on that possession.
Yeah, but like you mentioned before, what Coach Norberg mentioned to you pregame, stop the counter. And that's something the Fury didn't do. It was very unfortunate. Something more that Miranda could have done there. Didn't do it, and now it's 3-3.
That was my mistake, Jose. Eric Tovar on the goal for San Diego. He gets his 9th of the season. Waiting officially on the assist. It was Escoto on the assist for San Diego. So a pair of goals unanswered for San Diego to get themselves right back into tonight's contest. 5:50 remaining here in the first half from Ontario. Gino Kim dispossesses San Diego there. And now 3-on-3. Gino Kim will let loose. And, man, if that one went in, I would have been, a little surprised at both goalkeepers. But Toth, in the end, saves that right off of his heel.
And the 3 goals for the Sockers. I mean, so far, they haven't been the prettiest goals from them. They haven't seen them find themselves on the pitch as they have on other games as well. But in soccer, it's not in terms of you're playing nice, you're playing pretty. It's if you get into the back of the net, and they have with 3 goals, and we're all tied up. 5:15
remaining here in the first half. San Diego trying to generate something here offensively, and that's broken up from Concalves. Cisse now will look over his options and lay back to Reyes. A little bit more possession, but nothing really developed offensively so far in this quarter for Ontario as far as quality opportunities. The ones that have been into the back of the net. Nothing close so far. Steered to the far side, and now it's Gonzalez from Perez, and it's 4-3 Ontario.
Perez giving it right back to Charlie, and he finds the back of the net. It's 4-3. I was just going to say that after conceding the second goal, the Fury felt like they had a cold bucket of water thrown at them. They seem out of it. They seem they really couldn't find themselves, but they get a 4-3 goal here. And so far the way the game was going for Tacoma last week, it seems like it's going the Fury way. They're finding the lucky touches. They're finding the way to get the goal in the back of the net. It's 4-3, 4:44 left in the quarter. And if you're coaching Jim Nordberg, exactly what you wanted to see after conceding the tie.
A little 1-2 there, and after you watch on the big screen on the Casa Colina Instant Replay, man, he had Toth and 3 defenders right in the line, right behind Toth, waiting for any shot to deflect, and he got it between all 4 players. Charlie Gonzalez with his 16th goal of the season. As Ontario back on top here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. De Oliveira now going against 2 defenders. He gets the ball right back and nearly gets a quality shot attempt off, and now it's Kim, and that's deflected from San Diego. Gonzalez will regain possession for Ontario. Chips to the near side for Reyes, and a little too far for Reyes to collect, and that's Sosa on the possession for San Diego.
De Oliveira is such a smart player. That shot against the wall wasn't just a shot against the wall. He knew exactly what he was doing and putting that ball in through the middle as a player was going to get it and obviously get a shot on goal.
De Abreu now nearly was dispossessed right down the middle of the field again for Ontario. After trying to clear the zone in their defensive third, they're going at the angle that you don't want, towards the middle of the field, and luckily that time nothing developed there for San Diego. 3.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Toth steers it to the near side. Pressured there from Kim. And now De Abreu along the far side. Gonzalez along the far side. 3:15 remaining here in the first half. Toth plays the ball deep for Tovar, the last goal scorer for San Diego. And now De Abreu and Gonzalez along the far side, dispossessed here, and now it's Claire. De Abreu now defensively for Ontario. Toe pokes that ball away. Gonzalez had some guys attacking or on that counter with Francisco, but the Sockers recoup and recover. Now deflection.
What a shot.
Off the foot of Tovar, just over the net of Ontario. Bouncing ball near midfield. Chico Francisco on the chase for Ontario. Toth steer it to the far side. 2.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. A 4-3 lead after Ontario with that 2-goal cushion. San Diego came back with a pair of unanswered goals. And now a 4-3 lead for Ontario. Quick restart after a foul along the far side.
Good ball.
And now Gonzalez along the far side.
Options if he's waiting.
Overlapping run from Concalves, and he'll steer it in that direction. That is cleared from San Diego. Kim on the restart for Ontario. And now Miranda. Up top to De Oliveira. A little shove in the back there. And a foul call. Restart coming for Ontario. Minute 55 remaining as the restart will come just across midfield. In their attacking half, a little shaken up is De Oliveira, but he is up and okay. The point leader on the team with 25. And Charlie Gonzalez right behind him with 22.
It's going to be crucial last 2 minutes here for the Fury. Not to concede any goals and hopefully get another goal back for their offense.
De Oliveira now going 1v1. And the ball finds its way to the captain, Izzy Cisse. Minute 35 remaining here in the first half of play from Citizens Business Bank Arena. A home and away for Ontario and San Diego. As De Oliveira tripped up there, pleading for a card, and nothing doing there.
De Oliveira is such a complete player. He himself created that foul, and here we go again, the quick play.
De Oliveira on the restart along the near side. Creates a shooting lane, and that's deflected at the last second from San Diego. Minute 10 remaining here in the second quarter. Concalves playing brilliant defense there. Now Cisse trying to avoid the chasing defender. Yeah. That is Escoto.
Escoto's been hot the last couple of minutes. You could tell as he restarted to play fast and pushed the Fury player out of the way. So he's you could tell it's getting to his head. They're not used to being down on the scoreboard, Brian.
So Escoto will hit the box after blue card was given. Waiting for the official call here.
I understand his anger, though. I mean, sort of for that foul, I don't think consider a yellow card, but it's been the constant fouls that he's been doing throughout the game, and he finally got the yellow, something that he's definitely not happy about.
So they'll definitely have to have a different approach on this power play after giving up a shorthanded goal to San Diego. Tripping is the official call. 1 minute remaining in the second quarter, a minute 50 remaining on the power play. Concalves gets a quality look, but not the power or strength, that he needed. Off the volley, shot attempt steered wide there off the foot of Ruiz. And now Perez will settle things down. 35 seconds remain here in the first half.
Adrian Perez, the way he brought that ball down, wow.
Minute 25 remains on the power play, and no contested shot there, but up and out of bounds. Perez a little too under that ball, lifted it up and out of bounds at a restart coming for San Diego. On the power play are your Ontario Fury. Minute 18 remains just off the head of Gonzalez and along the far side. No shot off from Ruiz, but if they hurry, they'll have numbers. Ontario looking to press, and they're kind of forced to go back to De Oliveira. 5 seconds remain. 3, 2. They'll have one shot left, and that's one. Perez trying to generate something, and that is the half. So at the end of one half of play here from Ontario, California, a 4-3 Ontario Fury lead. When the third quarter starts, they'll have 58 seconds remaining on that power play. But the second half from Ontario coming up shortly. A 4-3 Ontario Fury lead. You're watching all the MASL action right here on MASL.TV.
Come on, baby. Come on. Give it. Let's go. Let's go. Shoot! Shoot! Score! Yeah!
And that's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Fury soccer team.
Get into Dave & Buster's for the coolest cocktails around. Glow cones, Loco Ritas, berry blocks, tiki drinks, and more. Go to dbspecials.com for specials that are too good to put on TV. Only one place has all these cool cocktails and weekday specials. Dave & Buster's. Get into Dave & Buster's for the coolest...
Hey Fury fans, this is Bernie Lilova, president of Your Ontario Fury, and I have a special guest here. This is Chad from AmeriFirst Financial Ontario. Welcome aboard. We have a brand new partner with the Fury family. How you doing, Chad?
I'm doing great, Bernie. How you doing?
Good, excellent. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about what AmeriFirst Financial does?
Well, AmeriFirst Financial is a family-owned mortgage company here to service all of your mortgage needs. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing a home, we're the bank you want to talk to.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Fury family, and to welcome you, we got a jersey for you. So Here you go. You can drop the ball. We're not going to sign you to the team anytime soon, but here's a jersey.
What are you trying to say?
Here's a jersey for you. Congratulations.
Awesome.
So welcome. Why don't you put that on?
Absolutely. I also got a little something for you too, Bernie.
All right.
AmeriFirst hat.
AmeriFirst hat. So you can reach us at OntarioFury.com or check us out on social media at OntarioFury. Where can they reach you?
Bernie, you guys can reach me at ckaufman@amerifirst.us. Or you can reach me at 909-612-8600.
Welcome to the Fury family. Go Fury.
That's right, baby.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, Bernie.
Nice.
Hey Fury fans, are you looking at refinancing or purchasing a home? Please stop by our booth to learn how we can lower your rate or learn what it takes to purchase your dream home.
Stop by today to get a free appraisal.
Go Fury! Hey Fury!
Hi, my name is Bernie Lillivoit, team president of Your Ontario Fury. We've got our youth summer soccer camp program. This is our 4th year doing it. We run these camps for 12 weeks throughout the entire summer, ages 4 through 16. We work on individual skills, small-sided games, fakes and moves, a little bit on defense, but I'm an offensive guy, so we teach them scoring goals and shooting. Just go to our website and we have plenty of information on all our youth programs, OntarioFury.com. Hi, my name is Bernie Lillivoit, team president of the Ontario Fury. We've got some really great opportunities for you to get involved with our team. We're looking for some community partners. That's right, we're going to be celebrating 5 years this fall, and we need your help. You want to find out more information on how to help us out? You can contact me at 909-457-0252, or the easiest way to get in touch with me is shoot me an email, info@OntarioFury.com. Go Fury, we need your support.
That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. U.S. Bank, the power of possible. shoot! Score! Yeah!
And that's why I'm a proud sponsor of the Fury soccer team.
Glow cones, Loco-Ritas, berry blocks, tiki drinks, and more. Go to dbspecials.com for specials that are too good to put on TV. Only one place has all these cool cocktails and weekday specials. Dave & Buster's. Get into Dave & Buster's.
At U.S. Bank, we believe one small change can echo throughout an entire community. That's why we proudly support, invest, and volunteer in communities like yours. Because the changes we make today
Can you hear me?
shape the possibilities of tomorrow. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Are you looking at refinancing or purchasing a home? Please stop by our booth to learn how we can lower your rate or learn what it takes to purchase your dream home.
Stop by today to get a free appraisal.
Go Fury! Hey Fury!
Hi, my name is Bernie Lillivot, Team President of your Ontario Fury. We've got our Youth Summer Soccer Camp program. This is our 4th year doing it. We run these camps for 12 weeks throughout the entire summer, ages 4 through 16. We work on individual skills, small-sided games, fakes and moves, a little bit on defense, but I'm an offensive guy, so we teach them scoring goals and shooting. Just go to our website and we have plenty of information on all our youth programs, ontariofury.com. Hey Fury fans, this is Bernie Lillivot, President of your Ontario Fury, and I have a special guest here. This is Chad from AmeriFirst Financial Ontario. Welcome aboard. We have a brand new partner with the Fury family. How you doing, Chad?
I'm doing great, Bernie. How you doing?
Good, excellent. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about what AmeriFirst Financial does?
Well, AmeriFirst Financial is a family-owned mortgage company here to service all of your mortgage needs. Whether you're purchasing or refinancing a home, we're the bank you want to talk to.
Awesome. Well, welcome to the Fury family, and to welcome you, we got a jersey for you. So
awesome.
Here you go. You can drop the ball. We're not going to sign you to the team anytime soon, but here's a jersey.
What are you trying to say?
Here's a jersey for you. Congratulations.
Awesome.
So welcome. Why don't you put that on?
Absolutely. I also got a little something for you too, Bernie.
All right.
AmeriFirst hat.
AmeriFirst hat. So you can reach us at ontariofury.com or check us out on social media at Ontario Fury. Where can they reach you?
Bernie, you guys can reach me at ckaufman@amerifirst.us. Or you can reach me at 909-612-8600.
Welcome to the Fury family. Go Fury.
That's right, baby.
All right, buddy.
Thank you, Bernie.
Nice. Hi, my name is Bernie Lillivot, Team President of the Ontario Fury. We've got some really great opportunities for you to get involved with our team. We're looking for some community partners. That's right, we're going to be celebrating 5 years this fall, and we need your help. You want to find out more information on how to help us out? You can contact me at 909-457-0252, or the easiest way to get in touch with me is shoot me an email, info@ontariofury.com. Go Fury, we need your support. Hi, my name is Bernie Lillivot, team president of your Ontario Fury. We've got our youth summer soccer camp program. This is our 4th year doing it. We run these camps for 12 weeks throughout the entire summer, ages 4 through 16. We work on individual skills, small-sided games, fakes and moves, a little bit on defense, but I'm an offensive guy, so we teach them scoring goals and shooting. Just go to our website and we have plenty of information on all our youth programs, ontariofury.com.
Fans, and welcome back to the Inland
Hi, my name
Empire
is Bernie
Citizens
Lillivot,
Business
team
Bank
president of your
Arena, the
Ontario
site for the tangle between two Pacific Division rivals in Ontario and in San Diego. 4-3 we stand, Jose. Power play to start this third quarter. 58 seconds remaining on the power play. But first, what did you see in the first half from Ontario that they can maybe carry over to the second half here?
Yeah, they were definitely applying a lot of pressure on top. Was the Fury, more specifically, Chisco Francisco Cordillero. You see him applying the pressure, and what they've done also well defensively is locked down Charles. If they could do that in the second half, they should be able to looking good to get out of here with the victory here tonight. The Fury.
Yeah, you know, something impressive in that first half alone. They've already outshot what they produced in that first game at Valley View Casino Center with 17 total shots so far tonight. 23, 16 of those have been on target, 70% hitting on frame, forcing Toth to make saves, and most of those quality saves for Toth. But Charlie Gonzalez and company looking to really apply some pressure here, especially with this power play carrying over from the first half. Like I said, 58 seconds remain on that power play. Right now, it is Caceres, Gonzalez, De Oliveira, Charlie Gonzalez, and Perez. Caceres, first time on the pitch tonight.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Alex Caceres. He was released from El Paso just a few days ago, finds himself back here in Ontario as one of the veterans of the MASL, part of the now folded Las Vegas Legends Club. He actually was in that matchup in their first ever playoff game here in Ontario. Caceres part of that Legends team that eliminated Ontario just a few seasons ago. So San Diego will kick things off here in the third quarter. Ontario working from left to right on the broadcast, donning those predominantly black kits with red and gray trim.
And let's hope they can keep the intensity. You know, the first quarter and the second quarter, really high intensity of the Fury. You saw a lot more physical play from both teams. But if you're the Fury, just keep your head in the game, keep yourself concentrated, and not commit any ticky-tacky errors like they have in the past and what they did in the first goal of the Sockers.
So Scotto, the man serving the 2-minute minor penalty for tripping. Still 40 seconds remain on the power play. And now Perez along the near side steers it to De Oliveira. He'll lay it off to Gonzalez. He'll try to roll the ball over, and that's broken up from San Diego. 30 seconds remaining on the power play. Trying to get another shorthanded goal is San Diego, and they'll maintain possession here. Shove in the back, and a foul call on Caceres. Caceres possibly gonna hit the penalty box here as the referees converge near midfield. I believe that was a delay of game warning. Actually a bench warning officially, Jose. So Gonzalez, Felipe Gonzalez along the near side was a little shaken up. He's up and okay walking away from the play. The foul was on Caceres. Remember, the Fury are on the power play here. The Sockers maintaining possession.
Yeah, so far you wouldn't be able to tell that the Fury were on with that extra man here in the power play. They haven't seemed comfortable at all in the power plays that they have. And kudos to the Sockers. They've been able to hold them defensively really good.
5 seconds remain now on the power play for Ontario. And the Sockers will maintain possession here. And Escoto up and out of the box for San Diego. Now Escoto, fresh out of the box, along the far side, right between two defenders. And boy, Miranda's got to be a little frustrated there. Gonzalez and Caceres giving a wide open shooting lane for Escoto on that attempt. Kim and Francisco applying pressure for Ontario. Reyes on the pitch as well, along with Concalves and the captain Cisse. Now Toth for San Diego. Just underway here in the second half. So glad you can join us from Ontario right here on MASL.TV. My name is Brian Tabajay, alongside Jose Duran here from press row at Citizens Business Bank Arena. Reyes tripped up along the far side. Remember, Reyes got a little shaken up in that first half as well, as he caught an elbow near the head. And Ontario, unfortunately, couldn't capitalize on that power play. But here they are with 13 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Miranda steers it intended for Francisco, and that's broken up from San Diego. Claire now nearly out of bounds from Oliveira. Settled down there from Concalves, and now steered to Cisse. Reyes will settle things down for Ontario. Ontario did lead at 3-1 for a brief second, and then it was 2 unanswered from San Diego. First time they were down by 2 goals this season. First time they trailed by quarters at the end of any quarter. Shoved off the ball there, no foul call, as Ontario continues on in their attacking third. Laid off to De Abreu, and that shot is up and out of bounds. Now that there's a dead ball, Ontario fans are kind of griping on that defensive play there from San Diego. Nonetheless, a play on signal from the referee, and here we are. Along the near side is San Diego.
The first couple minutes gone here in the quarter of the Fury. You gotta be happy you haven't conceded anything, and they look so good on the defensive side. And here comes the counter.
And now Kim, after the turnover from San Diego along the near side, tries to go 1v1 and create a shot, but that's defended there from the Sockers. And De Oliveira now along the far side. Defended there from Ruiz. And De Oliveira plays 1-2 with Gonzalez. To the near side, it works. Gonzalez seeing the most playing time really out of any defender for the Fury tonight. Not that he wasn't on the field against Tacoma, but definitely a lot more minutes here tonight against San Diego.
So far, he's answered the call.
As Tovar now lets loose, and that's wide. And now they recollect along the near side boards. Cisse trying to earn the ball back, and he does. Play on continues along the near side, crosses over Toth, and then Toth recovers at the last second as Ontario has to get back defensively.
The ball just got stuck in Cisse in the last move. Unfortunate for the Fury, but thankfully for the Sockers.
And now they're trying to get a quality shot attempt. 5 players back defensively for the Fury, so well done on the recovery for Ontario, as just for a millisecond, San Diego did have a counter opportunity, but held up there from the Fury as they tracked back defensively. Now to the near side, it works. And San Diego tangled up there, but they'll reset and look things over with Contreras. 10.5 remaining here in the third quarter. Ontario on top 4-3. Escoto shoved off the ball. Perez trying to get the ball, and now Perez across the yellow line. Recovery defense there from San Diego. Tripped up and a foul call given. So Perez took on 3 defenders, and smartly so, because his momentum carried him into 2 defenders. A trailing defender for San Diego was the one that actually tripped him up. So Perez, a heads-up play there, kind of knew that he didn't have really too many options, not even a shooting lane in this instance, but created a foul. And here we are with a set-piece play along the far side. Concalves and De Oliveira standing all over the ball for the Fury. attempt after that quick restart. Just missed there from De Abreu. Fury maintaining possession here. Defended by Childs is De Oliveira, and they'll take their time. Under 10 minutes now remaining in the third quarter. Miranda well off of his goal line, putting that ball up to Gonzalez. Miranda now caught off his back line. If they hurry, they can chip it over, but they'll maintain possession, and it's Childs. Fingertip save there from Miranda. Well done from the rookie goalkeeper of Ontario.
Fortunate from the Fury that counterattack didn't amount to more, but for the Sockers here, they are on top of the Fury once again.
Inches away, Childs was to tallying to his goal and point total. 27 points, 18 goals so far on the season. A defensive clearance from your home team, Ontario Fury, and a restart coming at the top of the arc for the visitors from San Diego. So 9 games consecutive, Childs has found the back of the net. The all-time leading scorer in franchise history is Craig Childs. 6 of those game-winning goals on the season. Childs, the man standing over the ball right now for the Sockers. A run over attempt, and then Claire steers it to the near side, up and out of bounds. So a set piece that worked out to perfection, just not the quality shot attempt off of the foot of Tovar there in the end. 9:21 remaining here in the third quarter. And a timeout called here from your home team, Ontario Fury.
Yeah, Coach Norbert wants to talk about, I guess, 9 minutes and 21 seconds left in the quarter. So far, no action in the second half. But these fans here in Ontario definitely getting their money's worth tonight. It's a 4-3 entertainment game, but it just seems like it's a game that's been locked down in the middle. Not so much going on forward, but they're just definitely battling. For the Fury, you haven't been able to get yourself comfortable enough to make those through balls that they have in the past, but that's because San Diego is really well structured in the back. Both teams are, actually. Both teams are very well structured in the back defensively tonight. As you see here, as a 4-3 lock. Almost a tie, but a 1-goal lead for the Fury.
Next home game for you Ontario Fury fans, Friday, January 26th, against the Souls de Sonora Club at 7 p.m. The Fury will don special jerseys that will be auctioned off after the game to benefit the housing mission of National Community Corps Renaissance. All major Arena Soccer League games can be found on your smartphone using the MASL app, available through Google Play or the Apple App Store. The MASL app has links to all the live broadcasts from around the league and archived games as well. You're watching Ontario Fury Soccer on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. So the final score, the other game on tilt tonight against the Cedar Rapids Rampage and the Milwaukee Wave. The Wave drop again. They lose 5-3 to the Rampage, final score in that game from tonight. So Milwaukee still sitting up top on that Central Division at an overall record of 12-3. Ontario now with possession in their defensive half. Claire pressing for the Sockers. Miranda steers it to the far side for De Oliveira. He'll switch the field back over to Gonzalez.
Great run, Charlie.
It is Caceres now with possession near midfield. De Oliveira trying to thread the needle there for Kim. Kim maintaining possession, and now Charlie Gonzalez has the ball and finds De Oliveira. Kim along the far side, boards defended by 2 Soccer defenders. And that banks off the wall, and Ontario with possession. It's Gonzalez, Kim, Caceres, Concalves, and De Oliveira on the pitch for Ontario. Dummy play there from De Oliveira. The ball finds its way to Gonzalez, and then San Diego with possession now. Toth off the back wall. Applying pressure is Gonzalez and Kim. A little gassed are the 5 on the pitch for Ontario. San Diego knows to take their time here and reset, get some fresh bodies onto the pitch as well. 7:35 remaining here in the third quarter from Ontario. A 4-3 lead. There's yet to be a goal scored here in the second half. 4-3 lead for Ontario. Gino Kim trying to look for a passing lane there. That's deflected off of Oliveira. And Miranda will try and find De Oliveira with his arm, and that's broken up from San Diego.
Gino Kim just stepped out of the game right now, but I want to go ahead and just give him accolades. As the last 2 games, he scored a goal, and he just looks a lot more comfortable on the pitch for the Fury, does Gino Kim.
A home and away between San Diego and Ontario. In another 3 days, it'll be down at Valley View Casino Center in San Diego, as these 2 teams match up again. Their 6th game of the 6 against Pacific Division opponents for Ontario will be on the 21st down in San Diego. Cisse now defended by Childs, and Childs forces them to make a non-threatening pass, if you will. Zone defense shown here from San Diego.
Great turn.
Perez off of that turn still gets a shot off there, and it looks like it'll be the 3rd penalty of the game tonight for San Diego.
Yeah.
4th, including that major penalty, that 5-minute major. Yellow card.
It's all about the move from Perez. He just does this single turn to his left and gets through the player. All he had to do was just follow him down, or else he was gone on a one-on-one versus the goalie. But the luxury of a Fury to have a player like Perez to be able to create his own plays, and here's a free kick for the Fury.
So a 2-minute minor penalty for holding on Contreras. And nearly just a second into the power play, Caceres with a quality shot attempt there. Fingertip save from Toth.
So far, the Sockers have been able to hold the Fury in the couple power plays that they've had, and let's see if the Fury could finally break that the goalless drought here in the power plays.
So they're tops in the penalty kill. I believe 2nd overall in the MASL at 86% for San Diego. Ontario was at 50, but unfortunately tonight they're 0 for 2 so far. Caceres now. It is Caceres, De Oliveira, Gonzalez, Charlie Gonzalez, and Perez on the pitch on this power play. Laid past the yellow line to Caceres, and Gonzalez nearly gets that near side post. Caceres had a shooting attempt or lane, and off the heel of Toth. Rebound shot attempts deflected before it finds Toth, and that shot attempt from Charlie Gonzalez.
They're knocking. They're knocking. They're definitely knocking.
Ruiz now maintaining possession. They'll switch the field. A little lazy ball there. Perez, if he sniffed that out a split second earlier, he would have had a quality attempt as Oliveira tripped up, but play continues. They got to get back defensively. I mean, there's 4 players behind the ball now, but those 2 soccer players in Oliveira as delayed penalty now for Ontario. Referees holding up a blue card. Finally, they touch for possession. Juan Gonzalez going to be called for the penalty here with just 15 seconds remaining on the power play for Ontario. He'll find himself in the penalty box for the Fury.
Yeah, once again, the Fury unable to capitalize in this power play like they had in the previous 2. But it's all about the Sockers. Even tonight, they came out looking to just hold them down defensively and looking for any type of power play. The whole 3rd quarter, it's been all Fury. We really haven't seen much of the Sockers in terms of offense. But for the Fury, I mean, the name of the game is efficiency and how many goals can you get in the back of the net. And so far in the quarter, they've been knocking, like we've said, but nothing going for them offensively.
So Gonzalez finds himself in the penalty box for a 2-minute minor tripping penalty. And they put San Diego right back on the power play. As soon as this one expires for Ontario, 15 seconds remaining.
And we'll see how the Fury respond. We need the Sockers responded well defensively, and we'll see how they respond with a man down in 5 seconds.
So on the penalty kill so far this season. And then have to step it up here at 27% overall on the penalty kill, 56% on the power play for San Diego so far this season. 4:05 remaining here in the third quarter, a minute 30 remaining on the power play for San Diego. A 4-3 lead for the Ontario Fury, which was once a 3-1 lead. They relinquished back-to-back goals from San Diego and then regained the lead just before the half off of the foot of Charlie Gonzalez. Now Oliveira lasers that through. I don't think Miranda even saw that ball. Claire maintains possession and teed up, but no shot attempt here from San Diego. Sosa, Oliveira, Claire, and now Oliveira deflected off of Cisse. 3:20 remaining in the third quarter, 45 seconds remaining on the power play. Oliveira lets loose again with that lethal left foot. That's deflected from Miranda. Ball finds its way to Oliveira along the far side. 30 seconds remain on the power play for San Diego. Claire now to the near side. He'd like to tee it up, but instead he lays it off to Childs. And now Oliveira. No shooting lane there. Well done from Ontario. Murray on the penalty kill. Miranda with a toe save there. He'll utilize some clock as well. 10 seconds remaining on the power play for the Sockers. 5 seconds. Gonzalez eager to get back onto the pitch for Ontario. And they'll kill this penalty for Ontario. Well done from the home team, Ontario Fury. Murray on the pitch, and he'll find Cisse off the boards. They'll clear the zone defensively. Fresh bodies onto the pitch for the Fury. Trying to catch him on a change here is San Diego. Escoto streaking down the midfield. Charlie Gonzalez, one of the fresh bodies on. He'll clear to midfield and they're reset. 2:05 remains here in the third quarter. Overlapping run by Ruiz along the far side. And now Caceres will try and settle things down defensively. San Diego pressing here the last few minutes of the third quarter.
Job well done for the Fury in that power play, not conceding any goals and not able to get the Sockers nothing at all offensively.
Gino Kim nearly caused a opportune turnover there, but Toth and now Concalves turns the ball over. That's laid off. Childs knows what to do in that scenario. He ties the game up with a minute 31. Childs gets them all tied up here for San Diego.
You know, it seems like all the soccer goals tonight have been on Fury mistakes, as it's just a mistake giving that ball up. You cannot do that to a team like San Diego. And a team as great as the Sockers are, they don't need to play pretty. They don't need to do the right things. They just need to get it in the back of the net, and that's exactly what they've done here. And as great as the Fury have played tonight, and as efficient as they have been, it's a 4-4 tie.
Yeah, Craig Childs knows what to do in that instance, gets his 19th goal of the season. So his consecutive goal-scoring games continues here for Childs. 19th goal for Childs, and San Diego's right back into this game. All tied up here in the third quarter. Minute 15 remaining in the third.
Yeah, it was a matter of time for Childs to wake up. We talked about it before the half started. There was a player to look forward to keep it locked down was Childs, and it's something the Fury haven't been able to do this week. They weren't able to do it against Nick Pereira and the Stars the week before, and it's something that should be a concern in terms of locking down their top performer.
So Lute with the assist for San Diego. Tripped up there along the near sides is Charlie Gonzalez. No call there. 45 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Pressing is Gonzalez and Gino Kim. Trying to utilize that speed there, and they're attacking third. Ball now near midfield. This will be quite an interesting fourth quarter.
To say the least.
Jose, to say the least, right? 4-4 we stand. 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Things have kind of settled down here in the last couple minutes from Citizens Business Bank Arena.
Yeah, it should be great to close out the third quarter and see what the fourth quarter stands. Both teams want to win. One wants to stay undefeated, and the other one wants to take that away. So we're able to see we're going to be in for a treat in the fourth quarter, Brian.
So at the end of 3 quarters of play, we are all tied up. San Diego, the only ones to get on the board in that quarter, all tied up at 4. Goal scorers so far for Ontario, a pair of goals from Adrian Perez. Charlie Gonzalez finds the back of the net, as well as your Ontario Fury captain, Israel Cisse. The Ontario Fury would like to thank Miter USA for providing today's match balls. Miter, founded in Huddersfield, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Miter is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MASL and MASL2. The MASL and Miter share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Miter's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for MASL League play. Miter's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. You're watching Ontario Fury Soccer on MASL TV. Catch every game each week on the league's official streaming home, MASL.TV. And I know, Jose, you know how to follow them on social media. Get the latest news on the MASL and your favorite teams. Make sure you're following MASL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MASL Arena on Twitter. You can also keep up with the news with the Ontario Fury. Find them all over social media. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, YouTube, all of it at Ontario Fury. All major Arena Soccer League games can be found on your smartphone using the MASL app, available through Google Play or the Apple App Store. The MASL app has links to all the live broadcasts from around the league and archived games as well. The only other game on tilt, Cedar Rapids Rampage and the Milwaukee Wave. The Wave dropping their 3rd loss of the season, a 5-3 victory for the Cedar Rapids Rampage. And fans, the next home game for your Ontario Fury, they match up against the Souls de Sonora Club, live at 7 p.m. right here on MASL.TV. The Fury will don special jerseys that will be auctioned off after the game to benefit the housing mission of National Community Corps Renaissance. 4th and final quarter, just seconds away, Jose. What can Ontario do to get back on the stat sheet with a goal here?
You know, we haven't seen much moving off the ball, and more so from Leonardo de Oliveira. I want to see Leo more engaged, more involved, more so getting his teammates involved. You know what he could do. We know that he's able to open up the space. So that's sort of what I want to see more out of the Fury. Get more movements off the ball, get yourself on the space, and have an opportunity to score a goal. On the defensive side, no more mistakes, Brian. We cannot you cannot win any games if you constantly are giving up mistakes in the back. And those 4 goals that the Sockers have tonight have been because of that. So keep them off, keep mistakes off, keep the intensity up, and it should be a great final quarter here in Ontario.
Let's see how things start off here. As they were unable to capitalize on the last power play opportunity that they had, Ontario.
It'll be such an important win for the Fury, like we said, to just get over that hump mentally against the Sockers. Get that victory, get yourself 7-6, a game over 500, and feeling in a great move heading into San Diego for the next game.
So here we go in the 4th and final quarter. Ontario working from right to left, donning their black kits tonight. Alongside Jose Duran in the booth here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. I'm Brian Tabajay. So glad you can join us right here on MASL.TV. I don't know if that was a shot attempt there from Gonzalez or a pass, but that almost got the upper 90 of the right side here along the near side.
Yeah, with the
tripped up. Bad foul there from Maicon de Abreu. The youngster gets tangled up with a Escoto. And Childs exclaiming that it should have been a penalty there, but no blue card given to the youngster out of Brazil in de Abreu. Luckily, thankfully for Ontario.
Yeah, I think that's what they were arguing, the fact that they didn't give him a blue card, and I understand them completely. That seemed like this should have been a card. No card for the ref, and luckily for the Fury.
So Childs, the closest soccer to the ball in this set piece opportunity. Timeout called here from the Sockers. Head coach Phil Salvaggio wants to draw something up for the boys here to see if they can regain the lead here. Take the lead here for the first time tonight, as Ontario led at the end of one quarter at 2-1, led at halftime 4-3. But at the end of 3 quarters of play, just the start of the fourth quarter here, we're all tied up at 4 apiece. Looking at the future schedule here for your home team, Ontario Fury, they do have back-to-back home games against Sonora and Rio Grande, and then they'll alternate away and home, as after the Rio Grande game at home on the 31st, they'll visit Turlock, they'll host Monterey, they'll visit El Paso, they'll host Tacoma, and then visit Tacoma, and then finish the regular season off against these San Diego Sockers on March 1st. As the Pacific Division heats up even more, Ontario will face the Southwest Divisional opponents the rest of the way as well. In the Southwest, Sonora sits up top. Excuse me. Let me get the official standings here for the Southwest Division. Monterey sits up top, undefeated at 12-0. So is the Sonora Club at 6-6. El Paso and the Barracudas rounding out the bottom 2 of that division. Oliveira with a shot attempt. That's steered off the hands of Miranda. Well done from the rookie goalkeeper of Ontario. Felipe Gonzalez limping off the field right now. Never like to see an injury on the pitch. Hopefully he is okay after that instance that occurred just seconds ago. So Miranda, well done, quality save there. Turned over here by San Diego. Trying to thread the needle there is Caceres looking for Perez. And now the Sockers with possession. Fourth quarter just underway here from Ontario. All tied up at 4.
Important the Fury didn't concede on that play, on that free kick for the Sockers. It's 4-4, and it's looking like the Sockers are getting a lot more comfortable out in the field in the fourth quarter.
Well, this is where the mental game kicks in also.
Yeah.
As if it's a close game with not only your first place divisional rivals at all in the game, but in the fourth quarter all tied up. You couldn't ask for a better scenario for Ontario to kind of capitalize here. They bounced back when it was tied up at 3. Let's see if they can do the same thing here, tied up at 4. As Toth sends a deep ball to the far side corner. Challenge there from Kim, and they actually called that off the foot of Kim. As it was.
Not sure about that call, but if you're the Sockers, you'll take it. And something the soccer fans aren't used to hearing this season is, like you mentioned earlier, they haven't had a lead. So if they get a goal here, it'll be the first lead of the game, and hopefully for the Fury that does not happen.
So defensive clearance officially off the foot of Gino Kim. That gives us the restart at the top of the arc for Childs and company. As Childs will lay it off to the near side, deflected and then nearly finished there. Off the foot of Escoto, maintaining possession now. And to the near side it works. That is Juan Gonzalez. And then a touch a little too heavy there. And that's broken up.
Yeah, somehow Jim Hakeem was able to find that ball in the last defensive move. And the Fury were out for the counterattack, but the Sockers really well defended in the back.
Goncalves now possession for Ontario. Tries to get around Ruiz, and he does. To the far side now is Charlie Gonzalez. And now Goncalves, and he steers it right down the middle of the goal. They regain the lead here at 5-4 here in the fourth quarter.
Mr. Thiago Goncalves, welcome to the game. This is what we've been waiting for all night for Thiago. We said he could do it in the back defensively. He has. And now he's proven he could do it as well offensively. That ball off the wall, we said they used the walls. And fortunately for the Fury, that ball back to Thiago's foot, opens it up to the right. Smart enough, gets the ball back. Just a simple tap in. 5-4 Fury, and now they're on top of the game.
His 7th goal of the season for Thiago Concalves give the assist to Charlie Gonzalez, his 6th of the season. As Ontario, with 12:28 remaining here in the 4th quarter, regain the lead against the visitors from San Diego. So far undefeated on the season and sitting in first place of the Pacific are the San Diego Sockers. Ontario trying to give them their first loss of the year.
Yeah, the Sockers an unfamiliar territory, to say the least, here tonight, Brian.
12.5 remaining, but it'll seem like an eternity for head coach Jimmy Nordberg and the boys in black tonight as Murray turns that ball over. And let's see if the Fury can close this game out on top and mentally as well. I know that's probably the biggest challenge for this facing this Sockers club, as an overall record of 13-1 against the Ontario Fury. And boy, what a mentally winning or mentally challenging game this would be, or victory for the Ontario Fury, if they can hold on to this lead here against the Sockers. Toth, a little too much English, that officially hops up and out of bounds along the far side boards, and Ontario restart here. So a 5-4 lead. Concalves finds the back of the net for the first time tonight. Adrian Perez with a pair of goals, along with Cisse and Charlie Gonzalez as well. Deep ball sent in for De Oliveira on the restart. So Lute for San Diego will help maintain possession here for the Sockers.
Important for all the Fury players to just keep themselves on the toes and not let any space go through the players.
What a shot.
Yeah, exactly
off
like
the
that.
foot of Tovar, and Miranda read that thing 100%. Well done from the rookie goalkeeper, Miranda. Switch of the field, and that ball finds its way to the feet of Childs, and Ontario does a brilliant job defensively. Gino Kim trying to get sprung from De Oliveira, and that's a little too strong, and now Ruiz near midfield. It is De Oliveira, Charlie Gonzalez, Concalves, Kim, and Caceres on the pitch for Ontario. Kim gets tangled up with Childs, and he gets a late deflection there from Childs.
He kicked the ball in his back. He's going to get a card.
And he's going to get a blue card here. So
frustration at his best.
Childs maybe a little frustration here showing, and Miranda lets him know that was a little uncalled for, but hey, emotions run. Like I said, this is actually a game that I haven't seen too much physicality in between these two clubs. This stuff kind of actually hitting a boiling point here with 10:26 remaining in the 4th quarter.
Ruiz is hot.
And it looks like Ruiz will get a misconduct here and a yellow card. And he'll go ahead and hit the penalty box as well. Childs will serve a penalty, and Ruiz really upset here.
I don't understand what he's upset about at all. I mean, clearly kicked the ball right at a player. Not a smart move from what should be your best player on the field, Craig Childs, to take himself out of the game with 2 minutes and 10 minutes left. But like I said, Craig Childs is something that he's going to regret throughout the game. Not sure if it was meant on purpose or not, but definitely, I mean, he kicked the ball and hit the player. It's something that the referee couldn't let go. But the Fury haven't been able to capitalize on the power plays as much tonight. They've had 3 power plays in total, not a single goal conceded for the Fury offensively. But that's, again, kudos to the Sockers defensive side for not allowing anything for the Ontario Fury. But if you're the Fury and if you're head coach Jimmy Nordberg, you're ecstatic and you're happy. It's a 5-4 lead on the Sockers. And like we said throughout the broadcast, something that the San Diego Sockers are definitely not used to. So definitely a reason why you see the frustration from their players coming up, because they're in unfamiliar territory, Brian, being down 5-4, and it's something that coach for the San Diego Sockers, Salvaggio, is not used to as well.
Waiting on official penalty calls here, as Ruiz got 2 yellow cards. Childs will serve the 2-minute minor penalty. So another power play opportunity here for the Ontario Fury.
The Fury need to capitalize here. If they get, it looked like across the line. It looked like across the line. What the ref is saying? It's a goal.
And you know what? The San Diego Sockers team is irate.
Yeah. Look, I'm not sure if the whole entire ball crossed the line, but that the ball, part of it did. I clearly see it from where we're up here. Some part of the ball did cross the line. Not sure of the whole thing, but luckily for the Fury, it's 6-4.
Well, it has to cross 100% of the ball. It has to cross 100% of the line. As we watch on the instant replay, and that ball looks on the instant replay that was in the back of the nets.
Briefly, just briefly, but.
So as we're watching on the Casa Colina instant replay, and you weren't here for last year's playoffs, Jose, but an exact situation happened last year on the opposite goal, on the opposite end, where a ball, more clearly than that, crossed the line and was not allowed for the Ontario Fury. As officially, it is a goal for Charlie Gonzalez, a power play goal. And they lead here 6-4 with 10 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. Just an awful touch there from Perez. Or was that Reyes? That was Perez. Either way, it's a restart coming here for San Diego.
What a first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, though, Brian. Like we said, we were going to be in for a treat, and so far they haven't let down both teams.
Man, just as I was getting that situation resolved with the blue card given and the yellow cards given, a power play goal awarded to Charlie Gonzalez as he squeaks one in here for a 2-goal cushion. As Toth delivered that ball in a dangerous area. And now San Diego will restart. 9.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. If you're just joining us, it was a 2-1 Ontario Fury lead at the end of 1. At the half, it was a 4-3 Ontario Fury lead. At the end of 3, it was all tied up at 4. And just a few minutes into this fourth quarter, it is a 6-4 lead here for the home team, Ontario Fury. Miranda with a deep ball sent in, and Kim pressing for the Fury. Toth steers it to the near side. And a lot of pressure here given from Ontario. And I like the concept here from the head coach, Jimmy Nordberg, as they do not want to sit back. And now De Oliveira on the press. And it's Murray who finds it back in the net for Ontario. And it's a 7-4 lead.
Brian, you just mentioned it a couple seconds ago. The pressure, the pressure, the pressure. I said I love it, and I loved it because of this. You keep the pressure up. You keep the intensity. You get a 3-goal lead. It's 7-4. It was 4-4 at the start of this quarter. It is now 7-4.
So a 7-4 lead, and we just touched on it. The pressure that Jimmy Nordberg had his boys apply played off in that scenario. Paid off dividends as well so far. A 7-4 lead. 8:50 remains here in the fourth quarter. A comfortable spot, I would maybe say if it was 2 minutes remaining. Plenty of time left here for San Diego. Let's see if Ontario can hold on to this lead and finish this game off strong here from Ontario.
Yeah, let's not forget what happened last week against when they gave up those goals in the last couple minutes. 5-1 lead, and they were able to take that game into overtime. So let's not forget about that. So it's only a 3-goal lead, and anything can happen here in MASL, as we know, Brian.
So now Perez tries to steer around goalkeeper Toth. And that fails at the last second, and now Toth recovers for San Diego. Childs along the near side. And now Caceres intercepts that ball, and they'll maintain possession with 8 minutes exactly remaining here in the fourth quarter. So that Charlie Gonzalez power play goal, that was the first power play goal given up from San Diego since the middle of December.
Wow.
Gino Kim nearly doubles up San Diego with that finish, and well done from the San Diego goalkeeper. And now
it's just frustration. Yeah.
Little frustration, yes. Was that a bad challenge? That was a 50-50 challenge along the far side boards. I'm not saying they should be able to get away with those challenges. I'm saying that wasn't a bad challenge from San Diego. Fortunately for Ontario, this benefits the home team as the ball is right next to De Oliveira, and he'll play it off to Caceres near midfield. To the near side, the latest goal scorer, Murray, he will let loose And a nice save there from Toth. Murray lent some frustration out. He's been in all these contests against San Diego, and the veterans know that this game mentally for them is something huge. 7:20 remains here in the fourth quarter. A 7-4 lead deflected off of San Diego, and that spins near midfield. De Oliveira will try and settle things down. Pushed in the back, and a restart coming after he was tripped up there. De Oliveira, he's just so good with the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's a little scary right now. De Oliveira kind of clinching at, I don't know if that was the exact leg where he had the calf injury, but on the floor nonetheless. Had athletic trainer Shelby Daly.
We hope he's okay. He's had a magnificent game and been the difference maker here for the Fury. From the first goal, the assist that he was able to put through to our Adrian Nunez. And we hope that he's okay because he's a key fundamental player for the Fury, not only in this game, but moving on for the rest of the season as well.
So De Oliveira is still on the ground. Head athletic trainer Shelby Daly attending to him. Can't say how important he is to this team. 24, make that 26 points on the season, getting a pair of assists as well. And so far this season, the most goals given up by San Diego on the season. 7 goals scored by the Fury so far. The most goals they've allowed all season is 5 for San Diego. They are undefeated for a reason, but De Oliveira looks like he might have re-aggravated an injury here. Unfortunate for Leo. He'll hop off of the pitch. Remaining on the pitch.
You know, and he's the kind of player you do wish to have in the last couple of minutes with a 3-goal lead, just because of the way he controls the game and opens up the opportunities for other players. Just like we saw in this play right here where he got injured. You know, he was able to bring the ball down. The ball just somehow sticks to his feet like a magnet does. And unfortunately for the Fury, he's gone down here with an injury, but hopefully they'll still be able to have him for the rest of the season.
And here we go with 7 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. A 7-4 lead for Ontario. Trying to chalk up the first loss for the Sockers. Also hand them their second loss overall head-to-head. And also get a little redemption for that elimination game last year here.
What's the counter?
The mini third game that took place as a 50-50 challenge there.
Got pure ball.
Steered away. And now Cisse will collect for Ontario, and he'll utilize Charlie Gonzalez. He does have Perez up top. Lays it off to the near side. Deep in the near side corner is Perez. Tried to go around one defender, but that was broken up and into the hands of Toth.
But I love the movement.
Riza defending there for San Diego. Perez and De Oliveira probably the best, most calm touches when they have the ball. Caceres tangled up along the near side with a Scotto. No call there. Murray nearly distracted Miranda from making that save.
2 players were down here. Ref blows the whistle. Ref was there, though. He didn't see anything.
So Caceres and Escoto having a friendly conversation near midfield. And here comes the division rivalry again, Jose. Caceres now, he's up and okay. Stays on the field for Ontario. And a timeout here called from the Sockers. Phil Salvaggio wants to draw something up here with a set-piece play opportunity right at the yellow line with 5:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. So forgive me, but it was a 1-0 lead San Diego to kick things off. Then 2 unanswered for Ontario to end that first quarter at 2-1. A 4-3 lead at the half for Ontario at 4-3. All tied up at the end of 3 quarters of play at 4. And here we are with 5:45 remaining in the fourth quarter. A 7-4 Ontario Fury lead. This would do wonders, not only for divisional standings with Tacoma right there nipping at their heels in third, also the late acquisition and acquirement of Taylor Bond for Tacoma. But mentally for Ontario, this does a lot of things for them. Having an overall record against San Diego at what it is, a playoff loss here at home against San Diego just last season. They just want to shoot, Jose, they got their first win in San Diego just a season ago, trying to build off of that as well. So San Diego in a 3-goal deficit here with 5:45 remaining. We saw the pressure that was applied by the team before they got that, I believe it was the 6th goal.
Yeah.
What do they do here with 5:45 remaining in the 4th quarter?
You want to see sort of that same intensity, and we saw Nunes make that run right here. He almost had a clear path on goal. Keep those movements off the ball as well. But if most importantly, defensively, no mistakes. Keep it and play smart. I think the most important part of soccer when you do have a couple of goal leads with a couple minutes left, is just play smart, no mistakes in the back, and they should get out of here with the victory. But from the soccer side, I want to see some soccer. I really haven't seen so much of that tonight for the Sockers, and then now they're bringing an extra player on the pitch.
So 5:45 remains, and they bring on the extra attacker for San Diego. Childs, a man standing over the ball, steers it to Tovar. Tovar to Oliveira, and Childs
dangerous.
Tried to find that far side corner. That's broken up. So the 6th attacker on for San Diego. 5.5 remaining here in the 4th quarter. A 3-goal lead for Ontario. Cisse, Reyes, Murray, Caceres, and Concalves defensively for Ontario.
Interesting to see how the Fury are all back there defensively now.
Sosa playing the extra attacker for the Sockers. Switch of the field there from Childs. Claire now going against Reyes. They'll lay it off to Sosa, and Cisse trying to make him cough the ball up. Claire along the far side. No shooting lanes given up here from Ontario just yet. Childs will switch the field again, and a touch off the head from Claire. Along the near side, and that's nearly brought in home from Escoto. That goes right across the face of the goal. 4.5 remaining here in the 4th quarter. To Claire, it works, and he gets completely under that ball.
Just no movement from them at all. I'm looking at Childs for the last minute. He's been standing in the same position for the last minute and not making any moves. And I mean, the ball's going to come to your feet, but if you want to create anything going, you're going to have to also move off the ball. But for the Fury, 4 minutes and 29 seconds left, and they're out of here with a victory, Brian.
So Salvaggio takes the extra attacker off. Toth back into the goal because of possession now, and Ontario will go ahead and call, I believe, the 3rd and final timeout of the game. As we sit here, 4:29 remains in the 4th quarter, a 7-4 Ontario Fury lead. Obviously trying to hand San Diego their first loss on the season and their 2nd loss overall head-to-head against an Ontario Fury team. And we've seen a lot of positives here for Ontario. Of course, playing an undefeated team, you have to have more so positives and negatives. Also a little bit of luck. The 6th goal, a little luck there. Nonetheless, a goal called for a power play goal for Charlie Gonzalez. After this game, Ontario does have back and forth home and away, but they will visit San Diego in just a few days' time, and they'll go down to Valley View Casino Center as well if they win this game, Jose.
Yeah.
The stuff that they can take down to San Diego. What are one or two things that you need to take down to San Diego, regardless of a victory here tonight?
It's just like you said it, over that hump mentally. Once you get a victory here, you're heading over to San Diego on Sunday, the next game, and the next 5 out of the 8 games for the Fury are all going to be at home. That they went through that first part of the season where they did go play away, but a victory out of the San Diego here gets you over the hump and say, hey, why can't I go into San Diego and get a victory then? But most importantly, you want to close out the season in the most positive note, and it starts here tonight with a victory against San Diego.
So playing their 5th game of 6 straight divisional opponents. So far 2-2 in the first 4. Let's see if they can finish this one off here as Miranda restarts for the home team Ontario Fury. As Murray now hops on defensively, along with Reyes, Cisse, Caceres, and Concalves. The same 5 that were defending just a minute ago. Extra attacker back onto the pitch for San Diego. 4:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 7-4 lead for Ontario. To the near side, the ball works with Claire. And now Childs. Sosa, the extra attacker for San Diego. To the near side, it works, and then Childs, and he gets one back here. 3:50 remains in the fourth quarter. A 7-5 lead for Ontario as Childs nets his second goal of the game.
Yeah, 7-5 Sockers, and it's just, you know, when you get an extra offensive player on the pitch like they have today with the goalkeeper going out, it's something that it's a given that you're going to get a concede. Luckily for the Fury, they do have a 3-goal lead. They were able to afford a goal here, but with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left, it's an eternity for Coach Jimmy Norberg and his pupils. So hopefully they're able to contain them with 3 minutes and 50 seconds left and get out of here with a victory.
Cisse now plays it off to Perez. And they got to stay in their attacking half if they're going to come out victorious here. Not only obviously keeping possession, but just settling things down and not being in their defensive shell and allowing that extra attacker onto the field for San Diego. Gino Kim tangled up near midfield. No foul call given there. Tovar works to the far side along with Cisse. That ball hops up and out of bounds, and a restart now for San Diego. Escoto along the far side. Maikon de Abreu
Nobody's
will
there.
steer it into the net for Ontario, and it's 8-5 with 3:14 remaining.
Let's just say he did that on purpose. He struck it. He was trying to get clear the ball away from his goal as possible, and luckily for the Fury, it finds the back of the net. Exactly the way Jimmy Norberg drew it up, if you ask him. It's 8-5, 3:14 to go. And if you're the Fury, exactly what the doctor ordered when you conceded a goal. It's 3:13 left to play, and the Fury are looking in good form here, Brian.
Yeah, I mean, exactly how they drew it up, right, Jose? 3:14 remaining. The youngster, Maikon de Abreu, gets his 10th goal of the season. And 8-5, they lead here with 3:05 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Claire steers it to the far side. Now Childs will recollect for San Diego. Ball finds its way back to Claire, and they'll attempt to switch the field and broken up there. Cisse does have a wide open goal, just a little too hard off that wall. On that last goal, Jose, it just looked like obviously they were in the middle of the switch of a extra attacker possession with Sosa coming onto the pitch, and not the timing that they wanted, as Murray will unfortunately give a defensive clearance here. Restart coming at the top of the arc for San Diego. 2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here. 8-5 Ontario lead after giving up a goal to a guy who finds the back of the net quite often in Craig Childs. It was a 7-5 lead and very important 8th goal there for Ontario. Cisse now will clear the zone defensively. That ball trickles right past midfield. Cisse, Reyes, Murray, Concalves, and Caceres on the pitch for Ontario defensively. 2:15 remaining for the home team to work with. San Diego with possession here. Extra attacker is Sosa. Oliveira now tries to go 1v1 against Reyes. So lethal on that left foot. Doesn't have a shooting lane, and now he'll play to Childs. To Claire. Broken up momentarily from Cisse and recovered there from Claire. Minute 50 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Childs along the far side. Defended there from Concalves. And a late whistle foul call there from Reyes. So restart coming along the far side boards. Childs fouled there on the heels.
What a game. What a quarter. Minute 44 left. Nothing you could ask. It was 4-4 to start the quarter, Ryan.
8-5 here. Your score with a minute 40 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Concalves now will steer it to the opposite end, and no luck that Maikon de Abreu had, but out of harm's way nonetheless. A minute and a half remains. Reyes, Gonzalez, Murray, Caceres, and Concalves on the pitch defensively for Ontario. Escoto maintains possession here with Sosa. Claire to the far side. And now Oliveira asking for that ball along the near side. Clearing out to the far side. Left-footed shot attempt is off of the top of the glass, and Reyes is gassed. He could not even catch up to that ball that spun off as a rebound. Miranda giving up no rebound here. 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter.
And it's looking like there's going to be only one team left undefeated here, Brian, as the San Diego Sockers are finally going to fall down here to Ontario.
We still have 40 seconds remaining here. An 8-5 lead. San Diego trying to find some sort of shooting lane, and well done defensively from Ontario. Caceres will play it off a teammate, and Murray will try and get it out of their defensive third. San Diego now with possession, 20 seconds remaining. Tovar with a shot that's deflected from Caceres. Ball remains on the near side of the field. And Oliveira now will
look out here
play
now.
It out wide, and almost a foul call there. 9 seconds remaining. A late whistle there as Goncalves was tripped up near midfield. 9.2 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. It'll be the San Diego Sockers' first loss of the season. They'll drop to 10-1 overall. They'll remain in first place at 10-1. Ontario will improve to 7-6 overall. As San Diego will lose its first game of the season, courtesy of your Ontario Fury. Final score from Ontario, 8-5. The Ontario Fury overall record of 7-6 on the season. They maintain their position in second place behind the San Diego Sockers. As the Ontario Fury really an impressive game here after a narrow victory up in Turlock just a few nights ago, a 7-6 overtime win. They come here, defend home field, and an 8-5 score against their Pacific Division rivals, the San Diego Sockers.
Crucial victory here for the Fury. Not only you can see what it means to the players, but what it means to all of these fans here in attendance and any Ontario Fury fan in general. They know how difficult it is to face the San Diego Sockers. They know how difficult it is to score on the San Diego Sockers, as they were able to see in the last game. But the Fury get 8 goals here tonight on the Sockers, the most they've conceded all season. And for the Fury, the best game they've played all year long. And it's exactly what you want to see moving forward, consistency. But if you're Coach Jimmy Nordberg, you're going to sleep like a baby tonight.
Yeah, you know, talking with head coach Jimmy Nordberg pregame as during warm-ups, I touched on how impressive really Miranda is playing in his rookie year so far for the Ontario Fury, and obviously in the MASL. He said, you know, he can play well against the teams that are on the lower part of the division. He can play well against, you know, a lopsided game or a lopsided victory.
Right.
Can he play well against the San Diego Sockers of the league? The answer tonight is yes, he can, Jose. Something to build off of here, as actually Miranda is the one being interviewed at midfield for being the player of the game tonight. Unofficial save stats for Miranda that we're waiting on, but you know, something to build off for Ontario here as they walk away with a win. Overall record on the season at 7-6. San Diego Sockers dropped to 10-1, Jose. Next contest for the home team, Ontario Fury. At home, they'll face the Souls Sonora Club next Friday, January 26th. The Fury will don special jerseys that will be auctioned off after the game to benefit the housing mission of National Community Corps Renaissance. For everyone here in the production booth, can't thank you enough. Each and every home game, you guys do so well to produce the games for us here from Citizens Business Bank Arena. A big thank you to the production team. A big thank you to the home team, Ontario Fury, along with their fans here at Citizens Business Bank Arena. For Jose Duran, I'm Brian Tabajay here from Ontario, California. Final score from Citizens Business Bank Arena. The Fury 8, the Sockers 5. We'll see you next week right here on MASL.TV.
Good night, folks.